Sir Robert Dusi, Honorable Olivier Nduhungirehe, Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, Ministers present and Chair of Council, Honorable Beatrice Askulmoe, Honorable Soipantuya, Minister of Defense Kenya, my colleague, Honorable Elias Magosi, Executive Secretary of SADC, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, observing all protocols, good afternoon. At the outset, allow me to warmly welcome you all to the East African community, and more specifically to Nairobi, a city renowned for its dynamism, resilience, and warm hospitality. We take the opportunity to celebrate Kenya for opening up to African countries visa-free. I wish to express our sincere appreciation to the chairperson of the EAC Summit of Heads of State, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, for graciously hosting this important summit and for the excellent arrangements and hospitality extended to all delegations. Our gratitude equally goes to the co-chair, His Excellency Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, for his presence and continued commitment to peace efforts in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I also wish to extend heartfelt thanks to the distinguished panel of facilitators, the leadership of the African Union Commission, and the AU-appointed mediator for honoring this invitation and for their timeless dedication to the cause of peace in Eastern DRC. Your Excellencies, as you may recall, during the second joint meeting of the EAC and SADC heads of state and government held virtually on 24th March 2025, you took a historic step by appointing a panel of facilitators for the Eastern DRC security restoration process. You also designated the co-chairs of EAC and SADC, along with the African Union Commission, to brief the panel on their mandate. In the months since, technical teams from the EAC, SADC, and AU, under the joint guidance of our institutions, have worked diligently to prepare a set of foundational documents to underpin the facilitation process. These tools are now ready and will be presented to this summit for your consideration, to this meeting for your consideration and further guidance. Excellencies, the EAC and SADC secretariats, in close partnership with the African Union Commission, stand ready to provide full technical and logistical support to the facilitation process. We look to this meeting to address key outstanding issues. Your Excellencies, we remain at your full disposal to support all aspects of this initiative, and we are confident that today will mark a critical turning point towards lasting peace in Eastern DRC and the wider region. I thank you for your kind attention, Excellencies.
Thank you so much, Honorable Secretary General of EAC. Excellencies, just for the purpose of this meeting, we have skipped His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo simply because he's not in attendance, but he's also a member of the panel of facilitators. As we proceed with our program, allow me, Your Excellencies, to invite His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, the chairperson of African Union Commission, to deliver his statement. Your Excellency, you are welcome.
Your Excellency Dr. William Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Chair of the East African Community, Your Excellency Mr. Emerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Chair of the Southern African Development Community, Your Excellencies, former heads of state, members of the Committee of Facilitators, Your Excellency the Secretary General of the East African Community, Your Excellency the Executive Secretary of the Southern African Development Community, Your Excellencies Ministers, ladies and gentlemen. Let me at the outset thank Kenya and His Excellency President William Ruto for hosting this very important meeting. I also express the Commission's deep appreciation to President Ruto and President Mnangagwa for their leadership, dedication, and commitment. It is indeed a great source of satisfaction that our leaders devote time and energy to try and resolve crises on the continent. I can only praise their efforts and pay tribute to you all for this genuine engagement. Your Excellencies, Eastern DRC has been a theater of mayhem and suffering. Population in Eastern DRC has been submitted to endless displacement, killing and chronic insecurity for more than 3 decades. Over the past few months, there's a glimmer of hope shaping up, and giving all of us reasons to believe that this time around, peace could be reached among all stakeholders. The African Union Commission salutes the Washington Agreement, signed between Rwanda and DRC, and the Declaration of Principles signed between M23 and the government of DRC in Doha. However, the African Union underlines the centrality of its mediation role in all the crises of our continent. Now, it is paramount to capitalize on any breakthrough or progress that can bring peace and stability to our member countries. However, there is a need for better coordination and more coherence if we are to succeed in the implementation process of those agreements. Besides, the Commission urges all stakeholders to tackle the root causes of the problem in a holistic manner. Agreements can be meaningful and can be game changers if and only if they are implemented on the ground. It takes courage and wisdom to seek compromise when tough decisions are needed, and I'm convinced that our leaders in the region can make it happen. The African Union Commission and the Peace and Security Council and the African Union mediator are fully committed to accompany the process. I would like to seize this opportunity to express the African Union Commission appreciation for our leaders in this region for their tireless efforts for the sake of peace in Eastern DRC. I also welcome our former presidents, members of the Committee of Facilitators, whose wisdom and experience will be of great help during the next stages of the peace process in Eastern DRC. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, la paix à l'est de la République démocratique du Congo semble aujourd'hui plus que jamais à portée de main. Les derniers accords signés nous remplissent d'espoir, mais en même temps, nous restons prudemment optimistes. Et nous savons que le chemin vers la stabilisation définitive de cette région est encore long. Il faudra surtout appuyer économiquement cette région afin de lui permettre de tirer avantage des dividendes d'une paix tant espérée. Faciliter le retour des réfugiés et des personnes déplacées. Restaurer définitivement l'autorité des pouvoirs publics congolais dans toutes les régions de l'Est du Congo. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, je conclurai mon allocution en souhaitant plein succès aux travaux de cette importante réunion, tout en réaffirmant l'engagement et la disponibilité de la Commission de l'Union africaine à œuvrer au succès du processus de pacification de l'Est de la République démocratique du Congo. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I would now wish to invite His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, CGH, President of the Republic of Kenya, Chairperson of EAC Summit, and the co-chair of our meeting. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Chairperson of SADC and co-chair of this meeting. Your Excellencies, members of the panel of facilitators, Your Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, Your Excellency Mokwetsi Masisi, Your Excellency Catherine Samba Banza, Your Excellency Saleh Wak Zode, Your Excellency, the Chair of the Africa Union Commission, Your Excellencies, the Secretary General of EAC and the Executive Secretary of SADC, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to take this opportunity to welcome you all to Nairobi and to Kenya, which is now a visa-free country for all Africans, and to this important meeting jointly convened by His Excellency President Emmerson Mnangagwa and myself in our respective capacities as chairs of SADC and EAC. Let me also take this opportunity to once again sincerely appreciate Your Excellencies the panel of facilitators for making time out of your very busy schedule to attend this joint meeting, and more importantly, for accepting the responsibility of facilitator of the joint EAC SADC process on Eastern DRC. Your profound wisdom, experience, and vast knowledge in peace building, diplomacy, and leadership is vital in navigating the complex conflict that have afflicted Eastern DRC for decades and contributing to silencing the guns in our region. Excellencies, the purpose of this joint EAC SADC meeting is to brief the panel of facilitators on their mandate of facilitating inclusive dialogue among the various actors in Eastern DRC with a view to addressing, among other things, the root causes and to restore sustainable peace and stability in Congo. This was born out of the realization by the EAC and SADC leaders that recent escalation in violence in parts of Eastern DRC, including North and South Kivu, have inflicted immense suffering, mass displacement, and triggered concerns about the stability of our region. It was further informed by the recognition that a political solution was the only viable path to resolving the conflict in Eastern DRC. To this end, we call for the urgent merger of the Nairobi and Luanda peace processes into a single, coherent, and harmonized EAC SADC peace process to serve as a comprehensive Africa-led political process to address the underlying issues fueling the conflict. This was subsequent also to the decision of the summit of the Africa Union to merge the Luanda process, which was largely under the AU, and the EAC SADC process into one coherent process that would help us resolve the matters in Eastern DRC. We will be considering proposals on a framework for the merger of these processes, the terms of reference for the facilitators, and the process design for inclusive mediation process in Eastern DRC from our technical teams drawn from EAC, SADC, and AU based on our earlier directives. These documents will guide us on the way forward with respect to formally launching the interventions by our panel of facilitators. We are encouraged by the emerging extra-regional diplomatic momentum and the key milestones registered through the Washington and the Doha initiatives that have resulted in structured commitments by the primary parties to the conflict in Eastern DRC. To this end, allow me to sincerely commend the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Madam Teresa Wagner, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Rwanda, the Honorable Olivia Nduhungirehe, who is right here with us, for their leadership on this milestone. These encouraging developments are a clear signal that dialogue and diplomacy can work and that the parties are willing to meaningfully engage to peacefully find a lasting solution in the Eastern DRC. As we look ahead, and in this process, led by our facilitators, we should incorporate the modalities of engagement with the Washington and the Doha initiatives in close consultation with the Africa Union appointed mediator. Your Excellencies, we believe that a sustained, coordinated, Africa-led peace process remains the best pathway to a stable and peaceful Eastern DRC. And to this end, the two regional organizations and the Africa Union Commission remains committed and available to ensure that the implementation of both the Washington Peace Accord and the Doha initiatives are actualized. As I conclude, Let me reiterate our commitment as joint chairs to providing leadership on this process on behalf of our joint EAC SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government. And we did decide to take the historic step, the first time ever that has happened in this continent, to bring two regional economic blocs together to facilitate the resolution of the process in Eastern DRC, because we realized that this was a situation that was threatening to run out of control and to destabilize the whole region. And that is why both EAC and SADC summits decided to merge into one process so that we can assist the people of Eastern DRC. Excellencies, let us remain committed and solidify our joint strength to ensure that we leave a lasting legacy of peace within Eastern DRC and our region. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May I take this opportunity to invite His Excellency Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Chairperson of SADC, and Chair and Co-Chair of this meeting. Your Excellency, most welcome.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and co-chairperson of the joint SADC EAC Summit. Your Excellency, Uhuru Kenyatta, former President of the Republic of Kenya. Your Excellency, Dr. Eric Masisi, former President of the Republic of Botswana. Your Excellency, Catherine Samba Panza, former President of the Central African Republic. Your Excellency, Sahle-Work Zewde, former President of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia. The Honorable Professor Honorable Murira, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Trade of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and Chair of the SADC